sanctuary, and he shall make an atonement for the tabernacle of the congregation and for the altar, and he shall make an atonement for the priest and for all the people of the congregation. Verse 34, and this shall be an everlasting statute unto you, to make an atonement for the children of Israel, all their sins once a year. And the Lord commanded Moses. Leviticus chapter 17, verse 1. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, speak unto the sons and unto all the children of Israel, and say unto them, this is the thing which the Lord hath commanded, saying. Verse 3, man soever there be of the house of Israel that killeth an ox or lamb or goat in the camp, or that killeth it out of the camp. Verse 4, and bringeth it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer an offering unto the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord, blood shall be imputed unto that man. He hath shed blood, and that man shall be cut off from among his people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I didn't skip. It's like,
no, you can. Well, no, you would. Because you read all the way to 11.
Oh, to 11. Come to verse 5. To the end that to the end that the children of Israel may bring their sacrifices, which they offer in the open field, even that they may bring them unto the Lord, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, unto the priest, and offer them for peace offering unto the Lord. Verse 6, and the priest shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar of the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and burn the fat for a sweet savior unto the Lord. Verse 7, and they shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils, after whom they have gone a whoring. This shall be a statute forever unto them throughout their generations. Verse 8, and thou shalt say unto them, whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers which sojourn among you, that offereth a burnt offering or sacrifice. Verse 9, and bringeth it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer it unto the Lord, even that man shall be cut off from among his people. Verse 10, and whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn, that eateth any manner of of blood, I will even set my face against the soul that eateth blood. I will cut him off from among his people. Verse for the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. Okay, so where do I read? This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 17, verse 11. No, I didn't read 11, sir. It's like verse 11 in the Hebrew. Kaya, Napash, Habashar, Badam, Hawa'ah. Come, sir. The water. Wa'anaya, Nathathayawa, Lakam, Al, Hama, Zabach, Lakapar, Al, Napashatha Yakam, Kaya, Hadam, Hawa'ah, Banapash, Yakapar. Verse 12. Al Kun Amarathaya Labanaya Yashra Call Napash Makam La'a Tha'a Call Dam Wahagar Hagar Bathawa Kam La'a Ya'akal Dam. Verse 13. Where do I stop?
Verse 16.
Come. Ayash Mabanaya Yashra wa Aman Hagar Batha Wakam Ashar Yatazawad Tazayad Khaya Awa I.W.A.P Ashar Ya'akal Washapak Ath Damawa Waka Sa Hawa Ba'ai Par. Verse 14. Kaya Napash Kal Bashar Damawa Bana Pashawa Hawa'a Wa'amar Wa'amar Labanaya Yashra Dam Kal Bashar La'a Ta'ak Kalawa Kaya Napash Kal Bashar Damawa Hawa'a Kal Akala Yawa Yaka Rath. Verse 16. Wakal Napash Ashar Ta'akal Nabala Watara Pa Ba'a Zarach Wabagar Wakabas Baga Dayawa Wara Kapza Bamayam Watama'a I Ha'ai Rab Watahar. Verse 16. Wa'am La'a Yakabas Wabasha Rawa La'a Yarakataza Wanasha'a Iwa Nawa.
Verse 11. Yeah, verse 11.
Verse 11. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 18, verse 11 in the English. The nakedness of thy father's wife's daughter.
Wait, what?
No,
17.
17. Salakia. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 17, verse 11. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls, for it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. Verse 12. Therefore I say unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall stranger that sojourneth among you eat blood. Verse 13. And whatsoever man there be of the children of Israel, or the strangers that sojourn among you, which hunteth and catcheth any beast or fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof, and cover it with dust. Verse 14, for it is the life of all flesh, the blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I say unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh, for the life of the flesh is the blood thereof. Whosoever eateth it shall be cut off. Verse 15, and every soul that eateth that which died of itself, or that which has torn with beasts, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger, he shall both wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. Then shall he be clean. Verse 16, but if he wash them not, nor bathe his flesh, then he shall bear his iniquity.
Hey, you know, the Lord is the scientist of all scientists, really. If you really think about it, the Lord got all the answers on how to solve these problems right here in this Bible. And it's crazy because scientists always look for a way to solve all the problems that go on the earth. And the Lord got all the answers right here in the book of Leviticus. You find all the answers, like how to be clean and everything, because we're such a clean people. The Lord he got the scientific way to be clean in the detail. It's in detail. We just don't insist on following it. We end up doing our own thing, and then we wonder why we get diseases and everything. But if we just listen to the Lord and do what the Lord said, we'd be just fine. We wouldn't have all the diseases that we begin. We wouldn't begin all those. But because we don't listen to the Lord, we get diseases. We end up not being able to sustain ourselves from doing these things, and it causes us to have like HIV and stuff like that. But the Lord has the breakdown on how to get these things, like how to skip past these diseases, like how to be clean.
Right.
You can't eat blood, but the oppressor teaches you that you eat it. You know what? Actually, thinking about it, I used to work at a steakhouse, and the oppressor, it'd be the hairy ones, the most hairiest people, and they would come and get that steak blue rare. They would come and put it on there for a little bit, slap it on the other side, and they would take it and eat all the blood, and it'd be good to them. But for us, that's not something we can do. We can't eat the blood because that's the life of the animal. It's something that we're supposed to spill out and cook and make sure it's well done, because it's nasty. It's something that's unclean to us.
Right. So, like, if I may,
Okay.
just like what I just got done reading right here, where he says, but if he washed, verse 16, but if he washed them not, nor bathed his flesh, then he shall bear his iniquity, right? They just found, and here in the States, in America, they just found cases of the bubonic plague. You know how the bubonic plague was spread in medieval times? It was spread through fleas of rats. But what happens when the animals die of themselves, right? Rats come around and all kinds of, creatures and stuff like that, right? Just look at the head outside. You see all kind of maggots on it and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if you touch that, you got to wash yourselves. So what's that saying about the people that caught the bubonic plague? They're bearing their iniquity.
Yeah, the Lord, he definitely wants us to be a clean people. We're clean people. That's why we have certain things we have to do when we go to camp. Like, you can't even use the restroom in the camp. You gotta take it all the way somewhere else. Like, we are such a clean people. He has a certain way that you gotta present yourself to make yourself clean and everything, and that's the way we have to follow. Good?
I was gonna say what you're saying is heavy, sir, because just one instance of what you're saying, sisters can't, like in the Bible it says if a sister is on a cycle, she's sitting on a chair, that chair has to be washed with water.
Right.
And sit outside for a day.
That's how clean the Lord is. Like, if you get we just actually in the last verses, actually before this, like last Sabbath service, I think it was talking about how you deal with the rash. Like, if you have a rash, even and it's getting on the clothes and it spreads on the clothes, then you have to be unclean for a certain amount of days to see if it goes away. Like, there's certain ways that we have to deal with these things so that we protect ourselves. And the Lord gave us the answer on how to protect ourselves, but we don't take it seriously.
Right.
We don't follow the Lord, and then we think we can come up with some medicine to try to get rid of it. It don't work. I mean, the Lord is letting us know how to deal with these things. I mean, just like with HIV and stuff, the Lord tells you how to deal with it. Don't go willy-nilly having sex.
Right.
Right.
I mean, that's That's the answer. But then they try to come up with a medicine to try to get rid of it, and it don't work. It's never going to work because the Lord already gave you the answer on how to fix it, how to solve the problem. Go ahead. Oh, I get yeah, module.
Yabakan, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yashala.
Yabakam, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yasharala.
Yahabashim Yawashab Ragatham.
Yahabashim Yashabrakata.
Shabi, which means to say, oh yeah, you.
It's all good. Every time.
Oh, it's every time.
Yeah. That's how we do. La Yashala.
Yasharalas.
Shabi, which means to say. Obviously. Chapter
18. I said 18 and 28.
That's what you stop. Oh.
I mean, I'm in 18. Okay, got him. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 1. Wayah Dabar. It's like in the Hebrew. Wayah Dabar, Yahweh, All, Mashah, La'amar. Verse 2. Dabar, Al Banya, Yasha'ala, Wa Amarath, Alaham, Anya, Yahweh, Alahayakam. Verse 3. Kama Aisha, Arataza, Matazariyam, Ashar, Yashabath, Ba, La'a, Tha Aishawa, Wa Kama Aisha, Arataza, Kana'ain, Ashar, Anya, Mabaya'a, Afkam, Shema, La'a, Tha Aishawa, Wa Ba Kakwath Yaham, La'a, Talakwa. Verse 4. Ath, Mashapatya, Tha Aishawa, Wa'ath, Kakwa Saya, Tha Shamarwa, La Lakath, Baham, Anya, Yahweh, Alahayakam. Verse 5. Wa Shamaratham, Ath, Kakwathia, Wa'ath, Mashapatya, Ashar, Ya Aisha, Atham, Adam, Wachat, Baham, Anya, Yahweh. Verse 6. Ayash, All, Call, Ashar, Salakia, Call, Sha'ar, Ba, Salakia, Basharwa, La'a, Tha, Horabwa, La, Galwath, Irowa, Anya, Yahweh. Verse 7. I Rawath, Abayik. Well, I Rawath, Amaka, La'at, Sagal, Salakia, Thagalat, Amaka, Hawa'at, La'at, Sagalat, I Rawath, I Rawatha. 10 or 7. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. Verse 3, after the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Verse 4, ye shall do my judgments, and keep mine ordinances, to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. Verse 5, ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord. Verse 6, none of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him, to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. Verse 7, the nakedness of thy father, or the nakedness of thy mother, thou shalt not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Good, sir. Not to our point, not to be too long-winded, you know what I'm saying? But right there, it's saying something that's done in the Christian church all the time. You know what I'm saying? How that uncle, you know what I'm saying, slept with the niece, and then but he still gets to the Thanksgiving table every year at that time of the year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It says right here, you know what I'm saying, if somebody is your kin to you, you don't approach them like that. You don't uncover their nakedness like that. Daughter is not supposed to be sleeping with father. That's all I had. So
Yeah, we are civilized people, and that is very uncivilized when you do it. And one thing that was really big, like in the Roman times, like they were big on that, sleeping with brother and sister, and they were big on doing that stuff. But we are civilized people. We don't do stuff like that. Because the Lord, He requires us to be civil. I mean, that's why. Why do you think He said to walk in His ways, to walk in His ordinance?
Sir, it's
Not
heavy.
theirs.
If I could, it's heavy you say that, because it just says right what I just read. You don't do what they did in the land of Canaan. You don't do what they did in the land of Egypt. Them heathens was doing that nonsense. Y'all, like you said, sir, are civilized people. You do things differently. You follow His judgments, His laws.
Because I mean, shoot, why do you think He's saying that? Like a lot of people, like, why do you think He's telling us to walk in His ordinance? Because we come in the representation of the Lord. Like Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, you are the representation of the Lord. Like, let's say you have a father, right? And he's some great boxer. I brought this up, but he's some great boxer, right? And he has a very high reputation. And he has a son that is coming up under him. And he wants him to have that same reputation that he's walking in, if not better. He wants him to have that same reputation. But if that son is going around smoking weed and getting into trouble, he's failing his father because he's not going and walking in his ways. He's not walking or, coming in his representation and taking his, his place. And that's how the Lord, He's viewing us, because He wants us to walk in His ways and be His representation on the earth.
Right.
That's what He wants, but we're not being His representation. Now we're being the oppressor's representation. That's what we're being. We're being game beggars and drugs, and that's the oppressor. That's all coming from the oppressor. That's his representation. And the Lord don't want that. He don't want us to represent all the other nations on the earth. He wants us to represent Him. That's what he wants us to do. But can't do that if we acting like all the other nations. That's why he said not to act like them. Keep on.
Back to the Hebrew. Concert. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 8, in the Hebrew. Wa Slakia Irawath Ashath Abika La'a Sagala Irawath Abika Hawa'a. Verse 9. Irawath Akwathka Bath Abika Awa Bath Amaka Mowaladath Bayath Awa Mawaladath Chawatza La'a Sagala Rawath. It's like Rawathan. Verse 10. Rawath Bath Banka Awa Bath Bathka La'a Sagala Rawathka. It's like Irawathan. Yeah. Irawathka. Hana. Verse 11. Irawath Bath Ashath Abika Mawaladath Abika Akwathka Awa'a La'a Sagala Irawatha. Verse 12. Irawath Akwath Abika La'a Sagala Ashar Abika Awa'a. Verse 13. Irawath Akwath Amaka La'a Sagala Kaya Sha'ar Amaka Awa'a. Verse 14. Keep going. Constant. Verse 14. Irawath Akia Abika La'a Sagala All Ashathwa La'a Sakurab Dathka Hawa'a. Verse 15. Irawath Kalafka La'a Sagala Ashath Banka Hawa'a La'a Sagala Arawatha. Verse 16. Rawath Ashath Akyaka La'a Sagala Arawath Akyaka Hawa'a. Verse 17. Irawath Asha Wabatha La'a Sagala Ath Bath Bana Wa'ath Bath Batha La'a Saquach La Galawath, Irawatha, Sha'ara, Anat, Zama, Awa'at. Verse 18. Wa Asha, all. Akatha, La'at, Sakwak, La Tazarar, select. La Tazarat, La Tazarat, Tazara, what? La Tazara, the Gal Wath, I Rawatha, Aliyah, it's like Aliyah, Ba Chayaya. Verse 19. Wa'al, Asha, Ba Nadath, Ta Ma'atha, La'a, Sa Qura, La Galawath, I Rawatha. Verse 20. Wa'al, Asha, I Mayavka, La'a, Sathan, Shakabaska, La Zara'i, La Tama'a, Ba. Verse 21. Wa Mazara'ika, La'a, Sathan, La Ha'aybayar, La Malak, Wa La'a, Sakala, At, Sham, Alahayaka, Anya, Yahweh. Verse 22. Wa'ath, Zakar, La'a, Thashakah, Thashakah, Mashakabia, Asha, Sa Wa'aiba, Awa'at, verse 23. Wa Bakal, Bahama, La'at, Sathan, Shakabaska, La Tama'a, Ba, Wa Asha, La'at, Sa'amad, La Panya, Bahama, La Raba'aya, Sabal, Hawa'at. Verse 24. All, Sa Tama'awa, Bakal, Allah, Kayat, Bakal, Allah, Na Tama'awa, Ha Gawayam, Ashar, Anya, Mashalach, Ma Panyakam. Verse 25. Wa Sa Tama'a, Ha Arataza, it's like Ha Arataza, Wa Apaquad, Iwana, Ilaya, Wa Sakwa'a, Ha Arataza, A, Yashabia, it's like a Yashabia, Verse 26. Wa Shamaratham. Hatham. Ath. Ha. Quathia. Wa'ath. Mashapat. Wala'ah. Tha'aishwa. Makal. Ha. Sawa. Ibath. Ha. Allah. Ha. Azarach. Wa. Hagar. Bath. It's like a ba. Sawak come. Verse 27. Kayat. Ath. Call. Ha. Sawa'ib Bath. Ha'al. Aishwa. Anashia. Ha'arataza. Ashar. Lapanyakam. Wa. Sa-tama'a. Ha'arataza. Verse 28. Wa la'a. Sa. Waya'a. Ha'arataza. Athkam. Ba. Tama'akam. Atha. Ka'ashar. Wa'a. Ath. Ha. Gawaya. Ashar. Lapanyakam. Eight, right? Eight. God. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 8. The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. Verse 9. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. Verse 10. The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or of thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thine own nakedness. Verse 11. The nakedness of thy father's wife, it's like thy father's wife's daughter, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Verse 12. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is thy father's near kinswoman. Verse 13. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is thy mother's near kinswoman. Verse 14.
If I may, Pastor Lucky, this scripture right here is so spiritual that we're going over this right now simply because of the holiday season. Like every Black, Hispanic, and Native American, despite the, the EBT being, cut off, which is what we depend on to hold our, the Thanksgiving dinners or the Christmas dinners, despite everything that we see going on, despite the disgustingness of our oppressor and their kingdom and their government right now, this is what we're gonna have to deal with right here. Because like Capiar just said earlier, like you gotta go to that Thanksgiving dinner, which we hold dear to ourselves. We're gonna go to that Thanksgiving dinner and gonna have to sit next to a child abuser. You know what I mean? Your abuser, your uncle, or your cousin, or your mother, or your father. You know what I mean? Your sister, your brother, who violated you. We're gonna have to sit across from that brother, sit across from that sister. You know what I mean? And pass potato salad to them, pass mashed potatoes and ham and turkey to that person. You know what I mean? And this is so heavy because all of these things that don't, that your oppressor does, that's outside of what the Most High told you to do. Those things are Those things are what's gonna make us destroy one another. Those
Right.
things are what's gonna make us want to take one another's lives. And that's why when you see, every Thanksgiving party, every Christmas dinner, somebody's breaking out into a fight. We fighting one another. Somebody's getting, shot. Somebody's, it's all out turmoil every year. And then the next year we do the same thing. That's why it's so important, like the top of the chapter said, for us to separate from anything that our oppressor does, because we're going to be just like them. That's why it's so important for us to stay within the parameters of what the Most High told us to do. Otherwise, we're going to destroy one another. Select it.
Verse 12. Verse 12. Verse 13. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is thy mother's near kinswoman. Verse 14. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. Thou shalt not approach to his wife. She is thine aunt. Verse 15. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. She is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Verse 16. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. Verse 17. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter, neither shalt thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kinswoman. It is wickedness. Verse 18. Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness, beside the other in her lifetime. Verse 19. Also thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. Verse 20. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife to defile thyself with her. Verse 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. Verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. Verse 23. Neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. Verse 24. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. Verse 25.
Like what we just read right here in verse 24, this is anything, like if you don't know what to do, first of all, you should look at the priests and prophets of the I.S.U.P.K. Right. If you don't know the Bible, if you don't know what to do and what not to do, what to celebrate, what not to celebrate, don't worry about it. We got you. Just follow, do what General Muhammad say, do what Commanding General YAHANNA does. If you don't know, just follow what he does. And then you'll find out later in the scriptures that this is the reason why he does what he does and why he doesn't do certain things. But what you just read right here, the whole reason that these laws, statutes, and commandments are in place is because it's in direct opposition of what your oppressor does, what these other nations do. And by you avoiding that, you can avoid a lot of the problems that your oppressor and these other nations have. Them having, what's your oppressor known for? They known for, you go, what?
Horses.
You talk about, you mentioned Alabama and your oppressor, and immediately it's memes and all over social media. That's what they do. They sleep with horses and guinea pigs and donkeys, and they sleeping with they next to kin. And so, like, you was about to say something. They sleeping with all. That's what they do. know what I mean? This ain't like, and this right here, what we reading, that's just to let you know that this ain't, you know what I mean, just folklore. This ain't just blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans just joking and ragging on your oppressor. This is what they do. And these laws, statutes, commandments that you're reading right here, they're in direct opposition of the disgusting behavior of your oppressor. So when you see those things, then you should think of that same. You should have that same sentiment for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, for Halloween, for New Year's, for all of the holidays that's mainstream or that your oppressor in all these other nations keep. It's the exact same thing. But if you don't know, just follow these brothers. So
that's right. Good, sir. He just said something that was really heavy. It stood out to me. He said, "This ain't folklore. This is what they do," and that made me think: if it's in the Bible, this is in the Old Testament in the Book of Leviticus, that heathens have been being nasty like that since days of Babylon. They've always been. It's new for blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans to start doing this nasty stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. This is what they've been doing, but we haven't been doing that. We adopted their culture.
Right.
We have to do what this priest is saying, and we have to do what the men of the I.S.U.P.K are telling you what to do. We're telling you what the Bible is telling you. It's a lot.
If I could, real quick, they don't even want to be them. Like, you look at their culture, like everybody that's not a black, Hispanic, or Native American, what do? Do they act like themselves? No, they're braiding their hair like us. You know what I mean? They're you know what I mean, doing what they think. They try to talk like us. We got our certain lingo, depending on where you from. We got our certain lingo. They try to speak the way that we speak. They try to speak our slang. They want to sleep with our women. You know what I mean? And their men want to, or their women want to try to get with black men, black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. They don't even want to be them. So why would we then, as they reject their culture, why would we then try to pick up their culture? Then we see the condition of America from them being themselves. Salakia.
I was gonna say, it's crazy you said he slept with a horse, because I seen a video of this woman, right, and she was just explaining how she had this relationship with this horse and everything, and I could not understand it. I looked at that; it was just a mental disorder, because she was explaining so much how she loved this horse. She loved this horse. She's like, hey, it's my horse. It's my man. It's my man. I'm like, yo, what the heck? It's a mental disorder that they have. And it's crazy. You brought on a really good point, but like they don't even want to be themselves. It's crazy because they have all this power, right? They have all this rulership. They have all the money, all the everything, and they're still unhappy. They're still unhappy. They still got to find some way to make themselves happy, and they find it by oppressing you, by going out and going to your neighborhoods and your communities and destroying your people. That's how they find their happiness. That's how you know they're completely in the wrong seat, because they're unhappy ruling. But us, we don't take that spot. We don't take that spot from them, because that spot we'll be glad to rule. We'll be glad to rule, and that's why that spot should be given to us, because they do not deserve that spot. They can't even handle it. That's why they're unaliving themselves, because they're so overwhelmed by ruling. I mean, you know what happens when a white man, he loses just I think it was what company was that? It was like Bath and Body. No, it wasn't Bath and Body Works. It was Bath and Beyond. One of those companies.
Beyond Beef.
Beyond
Beef.
No. It was one of the companies that they was getting sued or something, and he lost a lot of money. And because he lost a lot of money, he couldn't handle it and ended up unaliving himself, jumping off the building, because he couldn't handle it. They can't handle the stress that they're given. But we can handle the stress. We can handle. I mean, you see the way we live. We live under stress every day.
That's right.
We live under stress when the cops are behind us. We live under stress in these poor conditions, but they cannot handle it. So that's not their position. This is our position.
Back to concept. This is the book of the Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 25. And the land is defiled. Therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it, and the land itself vomiteth out of her inhabitants. Verse 26. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you. Verse 27. For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. Verse 28. That the land spewed not you out also when ye defile it, as it spewed out the nations that were before you.
Now, if I could. Now that's what you're seeing right now. Like the Lord's trying to make a separation between his people and these other nations. But if we constantly join ourselves to these other nations, if we constantly celebrate their holidays, we constantly follow after their practices, then what's the difference? You know what I mean? The Lord, you know what I mean? The Most High wants to give Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans justice. That's what he wants. For all the captivity, for the transatlantic slave trade, for the Jim Crow and the, you know what I mean, what they did to us in the civil rights movements, for them destroying our Black, Hispanic, and Native American cities and towns, for every you know what I mean, Native American, what's it called? Concentration camp that they put our brothers and sisters under. He wants to give Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans justice. But you know what he's not gonna do? He's not gonna come to save a nation of, you know what I mean, promiscuous women and men who go and, you know what I mean, participate in, you know what I mean, buying, you know what I mean, promiscuous women to sleep with, to whore out our daughters, and to, you know what I mean, he's not coming back for a generation of, or a nation of, you know what I mean, pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster eaters. He's not coming back for a generation of drug addicts, you know what I mean, and people who dress up as, you know what I mean, goons and goblins and things like that, who dressing up for Halloween as Halloween characters, celebrating the unaliving of Native Americans on Thanksgiving, who's waiting for some fat oppressor to come down a chimney you don't got. He's not coming back for a nation that does that. You know what I mean? So if we don't separate from these other nations and what they do, then he's gonna have to, you know what I mean, destroy us with them. It's a lot.
That's right.
Is it? That imagine which means it's there.
I don't need SHALAM.
Problem.
I Yabashim Yashabrak ya.
Yahabashim Yashabrak ya.
Yabashim Yashabrak ya. Yabashim Yashabrak ya. Yabashim Yashabrak ya.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua brought you up.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua brought. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua brought you up.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua brought you up. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua brought you up.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua brought you up.
Yeah. No.
You don't hurt?
How we gonna solve Wakwadam, which means to turn to face east? Read the Lord's Prayer.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Lakuka. Tabah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Barataza. Hawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Nathanael. Lakum. Call. Yawam. Wasalatna. Hawatna. Hawatna. Dabiana. Manasai 1. Ball. Awashana. Mayan. Rod. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Hala. Watapara. Walamyu. Amun.
What we said was, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
The prayer for the power. Oh, that's it. Just a little. Oh, most of them.
You supposed to open the scroll.
No, they're supposed to be closed. Oh shit.
What happened?
No, you moving.
Oh, y'all, they don't. Yeah, we gotta go. Peace. What happened? Oh. Okay. We're in one crazy salute. Y'all can start Facebook. It says you may be seated. We're gonna give one crazy salute to the brothers. Manavisha Amajim Bat, Amajim Barak. Yadu Matan. We're gonna turn and face sisters to give the sisters one crazy salute. Sister, you can stand. Manavisha Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak.
Yahweh Shema Lataba Hashem Yahushai.
Yadu Matan. Class is missed.